Well, good morning to everyone gathered at the Dalmore Buddy Day Learning Institute for the much anticipated provincial launch of the Doctors Nova Scotia Healthy Tomorrow Foundation's Make Your Move at Work program. I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person, but I wanted to be sure to send along my support.
That's Premier Tim Houston appearing virtually at the Make Your Move at Work launch, part of this Healthy Tomorrow Foundation. And that's where we'll head today on Thinking Out Loud. Well, hi there, and welcome back. This is my platform here at SaltWire.com. My name is Sheldon McLeod. This is Thinking Out Loud. And you can also find us at our new YouTube channel, something that we've been working on, looking to expand the community and make it a little easier for you to see the videos that we do. You can listen to our commentary on all the platforms that provide you your podcasts as well. So that said, I heard something the other day that said, you know what? I vowed to lose 15 pounds during the pandemic. I only have another 5 to go, or something along that line. It's a bad joke, but it's something to say that we have found ourselves in a lot of ways looking to keep active. And in fact, there was a launch, and it was to talk a little bit about something that was put together by the folks from Healthy Tomorrow Foundation. And they're doing something called Make Your Move at Work. And it was a pretty big deal. Dr. Robert Strang was there along with representatives from the folks with Doctors Nova Scotia. And Kerry Copeland is joining us for the conversation today, the Executive Director of Healthy Tomorrow Foundation. And Kerry, thank you very much for doing this, and congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Where did Healthy Tomorrow Foundation begin? Where did that get underway?
So the Healthy Tomorrow Foundation is a charity that was established by Doctors Nova Scotia in 2018 with the initial goal of taking Kids Run Club, which was a very successful free school-based running program that Doctors Nova Scotia had started in 2004, taking that on and building the secure home to create a really strong future for it so it could continue to grow and thrive. But the other reason for establishing the charity was so that we could expand our scope to try to reach Nova Scotians of all ages, to inspire and support and educate them about the importance of movement so that, Nova Scotians of all ages can experience the benefits that movement can provide. So that was 2018. And now we have grown to be kind of a 3-program organization reaching Nova Scotians of all ages. So we're really proud about where we've come from and excited about what the future holds.
And you say this was through Doctors Nova Scotia. Who runs this program? Who's administrating it?
Yes, so it is a charity. In a way, you could say it's a charitable arm of Doctors Nova Scotia, but it's a standalone nonprofit. It's called the Doctors Nova Scotia Healthy Tomorrow Foundation to kind of reflect Doctors Nova Scotia as being the founding, partner of the organization. And we have a mighty staff of 2.75, myself and a communications director, and we have a project lead for our Make Your Move at Work program, whose name is Ali Garber. So we're growing, our programs are growing, and so is our HR, and we're really excited about what the future holds.
And we certainly are familiar with Ali. Thanks for the team to help put this conversation together today. And, ultimately, I assume the goal is for us to be healthier versions of ourselves, which in turn means we probably won't have to visit the doctor as often.
Ultimately, I think that would be our hope. But there's several steps in between here and there. We know that movement is really good for us for our physical health, but we also know it's good for our mental health. And it makes us feel better and gives us better energy and helps us sleep better at night, helps us deal with stress. And ultimately, if we move enough, we will see reductions in the risk of chronic health disease and some cancers. So there's multiple layers of benefits for movement. And unfortunately, we live in a society where sedentary behavior is the norm for most of our waking times. I mean, if you think about it, we get in our cars, if we work out of the home, we get in our cars, go to work, sit in a chair, drive home, come home, we're exhausted, stressed, bored, whatever. We sit in front of a screen for the rest of the night. And so no one is to blame as individuals for that. So that's why we need to set in place some systems and practices that will help us just insert movement throughout the day, little bits of movement. We don't have to join the gym or buy a pair of running shoes and train for a marathon to get health benefits from movement. As much as that stuff is awesome and really good for us, and a lot of people love to do it, many people don't have capacity or interest or the resources to do that. And so if we shrink the change, we say, hey, you don't have to do that stuff right off the bat, even ever. How about if you just walk to the mailbox instead of driving, or take the stairs instead of the escalator? little movements throughout the day really can have an impact on our overall health and wellness.
So when I hear people say, "Oh, sitting is the new smoking," or they say as little as 15 to 20 minutes of activity a week can make a difference, it sounds like that doesn't sound like it would make a difference at all, really.
Yeah, that used to be the old way of thinking, Sheldon. It used to be that you have to get 150 hours a week, 150 minutes a week of moderate to vigorous physical activity in order to reap the benefits that movement can provide. And that is still true. That does deliver significant health benefits if we can achieve that. But at the same time, we also know with the 24-hour movement guidelines that came out a couple of years ago in Canada and are pretty well adopted somewhat internationally, there's a new recognition for the importance of short bouts of movement, even if it's moderate to vigorous or light movement. It's basically reducing and breaking up that sedentary behavior, because now we realize inactivity is bad, but it's the sedentary behavior that's also really harmful. So even if you're lucky enough to be someone that loves to go to the gym in the morning, work out for an hour, and then you go to work and you sit the rest of your waking hours, you're incurring risks from that sedentary behavior that time at the gym didn't mitigate. So everyone can benefit from moving more during the day, and even little bouts that make it accessible to everybody.
Yeah, I used to have a friend who'd say these devices now they're sucking our energy. We're sitting there and we don't realize time is passing. It's an hour and you haven't moved from that one position. So I have to ask, how do you sign up for this? I assume it's in front of the same device that I was just criticizing.
Yeah, you know what? Technology can offer a lot of benefits. Sure, it kept us connected during COVID, and there's some great motivators and apps that will motivate us to move or remind us to move. But ultimately, I think we have to just be aware of, like you said, how quickly we get sucked into screen time in our leisure time, and to set in place some actions that will help us be motivated to do more stuff. So if you work during the day and you start to add some movement to your day, what we found through our pilot is if half the people in our pilot said, yeah, you know what, I have more energy at the end of the day because I've moved more throughout the day. And so that may lead to, when you get home, you say, I'm going to go for a walk after dinner instead of sitting for 3 hours in front of the TV. So I think there's some steps we can take. It's really simple. We're welcoming all organizations that want to get a hold of us to talk about Make Your Move at Work. It's this awesome program that's based around an evidence-based toolkit that was developed by Acadia University, and really just shows if organizations can take a comprehensive effort towards helping their employees add more movement to their day, there's benefits not only to the individuals, to the culture of the organization, and the bottom line for organizations with increased productivity, creativity, better staff morale, better culture.
So here's the website, Make Your Move at Work, and then it says here there's a toolkit. So how do you do this? You just click that and you sign up, then what happens?
Absolutely. So our website is healthytomorrow.ca, and they'll find the Make Your Move at Work page there. And once folks download the toolkit, they'll be able to see the contents of it, but also we'll see that they've downloaded it. We can reach out and say, hey, are you interested in learning more? We'd love to support you. We'd love to send Ali Garber over to say, hey, how can I help you start small? I mean, the beautiful thing about this toolkit is it can be good for organizations that have a lot of resources or those that don't have a lot of resources. It's flexible enough to support employees who work on a remote basis, so at home or outside the office. And it can really be adapted for what organizations are ready to do. Not everyone has a big budget to purchase $700 standing desks for their staff, but maybe there's a little bit of budget to run some contests and have some prizes to motivate staff to move more. So it's really flexible. We can meet organizations where they're at and hopefully help them implement something that will help their staff.
I suspect working from home has aggravated the problem.
You know what, it's interesting. In some ways it has. I hear folks say that they actually move less because they don't have to move around the office. They're stuck at their own home office. But others say, you know what, I've started doing a fake commute. So the time that I would have spent driving to work in the morning, I now go out for a walk around the neighborhood. Or you know what, because of the convenience, I'm up and down, letting the dog in, putting some laundry in throughout the day. So I actually move more. So I guess in the future, we'll see some research that'll tell us what the real impact was. But both ways is probably possible.
Okay, so glass can be half full no matter how we look at this. Kerry Copeland, and it sounds like motivation is a big part of it. And is that the focus of this program, just to give us all a little bit of motivation, a little push?
Yeah, I think it's awareness too, Sheldon. I think it's recognizing that, for over 50 years, we've had people telling us you need to move more for your health. And we haven't had a lot of success at having a real impact. And now that we know, hey, let's start promoting these types of simple movements that can be added during the day, I think there's a I think there's a chance to have better success at engaging folks. And the thing about the program that's great is it's better than just this one-off of saying, hey, you should try to have a standing meeting at work. The program includes kind of policy templates and action plan templates so that organizations can set in place policies, programs, and practices that will reinforce the change behavior. Because what happens is we tend to do it initially and then we don't sustain it. So you need that kind of overall comprehensive approach to sustain that change and motivate folks and make them feel like they're part of a bigger program.
Well, we'll invite folks to head to Healthy Tomorrow Foundation. The website has the details. It shows you how to download that toolkit as you described it. And actually, I think the joke is I wanted to lose 10 pounds during the pandemic. I only have another 15 to go.
Yes.
Kerry Copeland, thank you for sharing with us. And we hope to get people a bit more active at work. That's the ultimate goal at a Healthy Tomorrow Foundation. That's a great way to frame it and look at it. So is there anything else we didn't touch on?
Yeah, I just want to thank you for the opportunity to share the story. We're just launching the program today, so I know word is getting out, and we're really grateful to the government of Nova Scotia to support all of our programs, including this one, which hopefully will help Nova Scotians move more and feel better.
Kerry Copeland, Executive Director of Healthy Tomorrow Foundation. All the best to you.
Thank you.